Minnesota Vikings superstar edge rusher Danielle Hunter has been up on blocks for a couple of weeks with the tweak a leak, whatever. And that said tweak is reported by Tom Pelissero as a herniated disc in his neck. Herniated disc. Now, he is eligible to come off of injured reserve this week against the Houston Texans. Pelissero kind of not hopeful about that, but that's okay. And the question is, if the season is lost, why would Danielle Hunter even consider playing? Well, he would for a number of reasons. But again, it would make sense. No one would fault Danielle. All right, so he's good to go week 6, but the Vikings are 1-5, and then just hang it up, right? But necks are no freaking joke. Absolutely agree there. Herniated disc, by the way, if you don't know what a herniated disc is, go look that up. Yikes. And then he does run the risk of re-injury, perhaps needing surgery, as well as potential nerve damage. There's a whole host of things that can just go wonky, right? And if the Viking season is really kaput, why would he play? Pretty simple answer. Well, it's a 3-prong answer. Number 1, he's Danielle friggin' Hunter. He's a damn alpha dog out there. He's a team leader. He's a phenomenal teammate. He wants to help his team, his guys, his locker room win a damn game, even if the chips are down, even if they're not going to play the playoffs. They're prideful individuals, and they're going to go out there and put the bang thing on the Bears or the Lions or the Packers, week 8, blah, 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 all of that stuff, right? So if Danielle is medically cleared, Sugarman and company, thumbs up. Even if it's later in the season and the team is dead and gone, don't be shocked if you do see number 99 out there. Now, didn't go WebMD, went to the Mayo Clinic. So they list herniated discs as typically a 6 to 8 week recovery time without surgery. Right? If surgery isn't required, about 6 to 8 weeks. Now, take that with a big grain of salt, because obviously it's just on the internet. Every single case is different. But Danielle Hunter, the tweak reportedly happened around August 15th. As of Friday, that would be 7 weeks removed from said tweak. Now, obviously, again, all injuries are different, both in severity as well as caliber of person involved. Plus, football, slightly different than just sitting around the cubicle. You're just looking around when the next birthday is, when you gotta get some more office cake, huh? Also, Danielle does have access to the finest medical care in the known world, both at TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill, as well as outside, as well, acupuncture, massage, electrodes, Dr. Feelgood's technology and stuff, all of that does factor in. And also, yeah, Danielle does have to think about his future. He is still very young. He's still just scratching the surface of his prime. If there is a chance of worse injury or even nerve damage, that's a whole mess of complications. You could have permanent damage that can impact the rest of your life, because there's a lot of life to live after football, by the way. You could have muscle atrophy, which I don't think would ever happen with Danielle Hunter. There's a whole host of things that could go wrong, right? So it is something to monitor. If Danielle will return, they'll obviously activate him the week before, look for him to get a full week of practice. Hell, they may even sit him that same Sunday after a full week of practice, just to have 2 weeks of practice under his belt. Understandable, right? But also, Danielle Hunter's got to be just champing at the bit, looking at the Texans, looking at right tackle Titus Howard, and just got to get me some of that. Also, let's not forget about legacy here. So Danielle, let's say that he's healthy for the Vikings' final 8 games. Vikings are out of it. But why would he come back? So even if the Vikings are just gone, he wants to be out there for his teammates, especially, and to keep making up ground on that all-time sack record, because he's already missed games. He's already behind the 8 ball a little bit. Bruce Smith's record is 200. Danielle Hunter was the youngest player in NFL history to record 50 sacks. Don't you think in the back of his mind he's also thinking about legacy? And if Danielle, if he ends up being 40 years old and ends up with 195 sacks, 197 sacks, don't you think that he would want those 8 games when he was medically cleared in his prime? Don't you think he'd want those back? Huh? Also, hence why Bruce Smith played so damn long on some really bad Washington teams, because he really wanted to pass Reggie White's 198. That's why he stuck around so damn long. And that is why players play in meaningless games, because of legacy. Again, Bruce Smith played on some bad Bills teams after that Super Bowl run and some horrific Washington teams. Still did it. Also, don't you think that Adrian Peterson, who is currently 5th on the all-time rushing list with 4,000 and is 4,005 yards behind Emmitt Smith at numero uno, is sort of kicking himself for not toughing it through that meniscus trim when reportedly he could, and some teammates were even calling him out why he didn't back in 2016. Don't you think he'd want those games back? Or missing 15 games in 2014 because of reasons? And lastly, with Danielle. So Danielle, his contract is the greatest bargain in NFL history, bar none, right? So every single dollar is a little bit more important. It does have a little bit more marginal utility than, say, a Joey Bosa or Myles Garrett or DeMarcus Lawrence at this stage, right? So Danielle gets a $500,000 bonus when he reaches 13 sacks and 15 sacks. Now, 8 games left. Chances he hits one of those, probably pretty slim. But don't you think he wants to try? Absolutely he does. Plus, he gets $31,250 in active per game bonuses up to $500,000, right? So now the Vikings may be good here and just be like, all right, so we're going to give you the bonus, just like rest up. We'll see you next year. But also probably not. Teams generally don't do that. So even if he's active and he plays 5 situational rotational snaps a game, he still gets that $31,000. $31,000 is still $31,000, man. Yeah, it still counts at the end of the day. So don't rule out Danielle based on how the season is going. Well, Danielle's like Everson. Like, he loves the game, loves his teammates, would play for $10 and a ham sandwich. But also, if you're getting $31,250 and a ham sandwich, it's even better, slightly. So if he's cleared, let's rock and roll. 99, let's get it done. All right, so your thoughts. Danielle Hunter, why he's going to play this season? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull us on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.